To the stream, I'm a little hecked out. Alright, hopefully it's good. I'm going to try refreshing again. I'm going to do... I'm just going to say a few things right off the bat. This is Nezumiman. This is a super fun Mega Man fan game. Kind of a weird game to kick off the block, but if you like it, you can look it up on Google. You should be like the first result, just a free download. It's by Tanaka, and we're going to have a fun time. So I'm going to count down now. In 3, 2, 1, go! Alright, so this is Nezumiman. Like I said, we're starting with Ice Nezumi, which is the obvious first boss to go with. The thing about this game is that the weakness order is super convenient. It's very easy to remember, and it's pretty much like you get the best two weapons for every stage of the game right off the bat, which is extremely helpful for me. I took a hit when I should not have. Oh well. A couple things to note about this game. This game has a Mega Man 6-like slide, which basically means that you can't cancel it by jumping. Which makes it kind of dangerous. Here's an invisible block maze we're going to skip. Yes, those invisible blocks were actually hot dogs in saucepans. Because why wouldn't they be? I just take the stuff for granted. Yeah, it's Nezumiman. This game has beautiful sprites. That was a flying fish. Don't worry about that. Well, it's not flying. It's in the water. It's just a fish. Don't worry. Alright. So coming up is going to be 2 frame-perfect tricks, or at least I believe they're frame-perfect. If they're not, if somebody tells you they're not frame-perfect, they're lying. So we have 2 mini-bosses to damage boost through. I'm going to explain how this works afterwards. Well, I died, so that's a good start. Let's try it again. There we go. Okay, so the way that works is when you get hit, you have 1 frame to turn around because the damage boost is based on the direction you're facing. I didn't get it there. Oh, alright. So since we screwed up 2 times, I don't want a game over, so I'm going to take the easy route here and just shoot these guys to death. Which means this run is not going to be perfect, but it is still pretty good. I'm so sad because I nailed both of those in my practice runs. It looks so good when you get them both, but I really don't want a game over. Alright. Whoop, didn't want to pick that up. So I guess I should explain the category a bit. This is Any Zipless. I don't know why it's called Any %, ask the founder of the speedrun page. Because there's really no completion in this game. But Zipless is because the first weapon we're getting allows us to stand on it, and we can shunt ourselves in a block and kind of skip large portions of the level. I don't know how to do any of the zips, so that's why I play Zipless. I also think it's a little bit better just to see the whole game. We already missed a 2-cycle on this boss because we didn't nail every hit as soon as we could. But it is possible to 2-cycle him. I will never do it. Not with the regular weapon, anyway. You can see he takes double damage to the regular Buster, which is why we do him first. And we're gonna strike a pose. Hey, Amado. Alright, so we got Ice Lance. This works a lot like the Super Arrow in Mega Man 5. But instead of you being able to stand on it as it flies, you can only stand on it once it hits the wall, and it kind of disappears after a bit. That's an optional victory jump. Well, an optimal, thank you. Oh, hell yeah. This first room, much like the first room of Ice Nezumi's level, this first room is super optimized. I took a hit there, so now it's kind of off the timer, which sucks. We have some more mini-bosses to damage boost here, but thankfully we don't have to do it perfectly this time. Just continue on. We're pretty much going to be using the first 2 weapons we get for like almost everything in the whole run. There's very few places besides bosses where we'll use any other weapons. So you can see I'm going to use the Ice Lance to climb up faster than just very slowly climbing the ladder. Ice is super effective against Dragon. The Pokemon logic works perfectly here. We're going to skip that cheese because we don't want to get stuck collecting health for a bit. Here's this room. Everybody loves this room. And I never screw up on it despite how easy it is ever. I don't have splits running, and also it's I've gotten a new computer since last I really ran this game and haven't transferred my splits, so I have no idea how far ahead or behind I am for my PB. But my PB is about, I believe, 2740 something, so hopefully we can beat that. Whoops. We always just slide past those big guys. There's no reason to fight them. Alright, we're coming up on Dragon Nezumi. This is a really easy boss because you can pretty much just stand here and shoot. I actually missed a shot. That sucks. Strike a pose. Dragon Cluster is a lot like Dive Man's weapon from Mega Man 4, where it kind of homes in on things. It's a bit smarter, but the problem with this game, unfortunately, or the problem with this weapon in this game in general, whoops, I suck at that, is if you have a weapon on screen, you can't switch weapons, and we can only have one Dragon Cluster out at any one time. So if it gets stuck like circling around something, we're kind of boned. Thank you, Uncommon Grey, for the $50, by the way. Something I haven't been mentioning, by the way, is every time we get an item on the weapon get screen, it shows it as a piece of clothing, because we are just the most stylish mouse ever. No, I'm sorry. Every victory pose is going to be a jump. I'm sorry. You can stop watching now if you don't agree with that. Pretty much just going on through here. We only want to save enough ammo to fight the boss, obviously, because we're doing the weakness order. Pichu, I hope you have a good Nezumiman. Nezumi plan for getting this Nezumi speedran. Nezumi band. Senna, thank you so much for the donation. That is a beautiful, beautiful comment. We're just damage boosting through these horrible block monsters, of course. There's no reason to fight any mini-boss at all in this game, ever. We're gonna use the Ice Lance to speed up this part slightly. This part looks so cool. I love this part of the level. It's great. My dream is to be able to go over that block there and save a few seconds, but I have never done it before. I'm sure it's possible, but I'm just not good enough. And now here we have to try really hard to make sure we don't have our Dragon Clusters just get stuck in the air, orbiting, splash, wave Nezumi forever. I didn't even point out the stage's gimmick is obviously the waves that you can stand on. Strike a pose! Wasn't an iambic parameter. What about for the experience of fighting the mini-boss? You don't need to worry about that. Alright, so now we got the Shockwave and some great panties. The Shockwave is a terrible melee weapon. It does a lot of damage, but it has really, really crappy range. So there's pretty much no reason to ever use it in a stage, except for the fact that it is the weapon that destroys the breakable walls in this game. Because why wouldn't it be? It's also Smoke Nezumi's weakness, which is why we're in this stage now. It also kills him in 2 hits. Fantastic. Oh, I have to break the teapot. I can use the Ice Lance to climb this some more. This is a Christian marathon. You're right, I shouldn't swear. I agree with Pyro. This stage is wonderful music. Damn it. Here's some teddy bears with skeletons in them. This is the only time these enemies appear. I don't know what they are or why they're here. We're going to do a cool trick here that saves like a little bit of... Oh, I messed it up. Okay, if you jump at the right spot, you kind of fall in between the little smidgen of the end of that platform and the little mouse platform that falls. It looks super scary and fun, and you never ever die doing it. I'm not even kidding. Like, it looks terrifying, but there's no way to die doing it. Unfortunately, I didn't get to show it off. Maybe next time. It's a pretty precise, like, few pixels. Now here's the room that is my bane of my existence. There we go. Save a little bit of time here. Uh-oh. Optimal ice platforming, of course. Oh, the other reason that the Ice Lance and the Dragon Cluster is good is that they both do 2 and 3 damage respectively for only 1 ammo. It is probably the best damage to ammo ratio in the game. Alright, so now we're going to fight Smoke Nezumi. I'm going to try to show off a cool little glitch here. The sexy damage boosting strats, I know. I'm going to wait for him to he's low again, and then jump to the smoke. Oh, it didn't quite work. Alright. If you, when the game freezes you to strike a pose there, it actually just freezes on the current frame, and if you're in hit stun, it can show you as just not being there at all, which I always love doing when I first fight Smoke Nezumi, although it's slightly slower because you need to wait for the smoke to be low. We're gonna go to Milky Nezumi now. Here's like the first and kind of last big like RNG thing is just these stars, which are completely RNG dependent, and we don't want to get hit by any while cruising through the space. This place has permanent water physics, as you might have guessed. It's a lot like Starman. Alright. Oh. Nezumi Tan. I'm gonna have to ask you to stop. Nezumiman leaves. Or Nezumiman. I keep saying it wrong. Oh, well that's bogus. You can see some really good clipping there. My coffin went right up into the wall. That's a really weird place for me to die. I should probably stop looking at chat while I'm playing. The menuing in this game is such an easy way to lose time, by the way. I'm so bad at it. Alright, for real this time. Once more with feeling. Oh no, I'm gonna die. Just kidding. Whew. Alright. Go through some more vertical rooms here. This room is the bane of my existence as well. Eventually I figured out the best way to deal with it is just to ignore all the enemies. And now we get this, you know, super great moving up and down spike corridor thing. Oh, I missed it. There's like a way to get a, not even one cycle, it's like 2 cycle or something on, like, having to actually wait for the walls to move up and down. I'm pretty bad at it. Like, I missed another, like, way to go fast here just because I missed up right at the beginning. And then if you caught it really early, you'd actually be able to do this whole segment without waiting for it to fall down. It's super risky, though. Don't recommend it. Alright, so Milky Nezumi is coming up here. Pretty much not a whole lot to say about this fight other than I get to stand in place and shoot smoke at him, which is, you know, my life's dream. I'm gonna get to do a super duper high jump here. Don't worry, Royal Blue Wizard. Proto's doing another run right after me. Oh, Tanaka writes children's books now? That's amazing. So we're going to delay Nezumi now, which is why I put that delay in there. This is the jail level, which is, you know, just a really common trope for platformers, I think. This game is much less dependent on, or this level is much less dependent on fighting and more on just movement, which is why it's one of my favorites to, like, be playing casually. Because I just get to move so cool. It just looks beautiful. Unless you screw it up, then you look like an idiot. And, oh. That's just the most humiliating thing. Those wind turbines work really weirdly. We're going to actually use the shockwave here to break open that. Whew. We're going to grab the ice lance again. Oh, I fell anyway. I was like, oh, I made it over the bullets, and then I just kind of fell. Alright. Continuing onward. Everybody's favorite Needleman gimmick. Oh, I missed the early cycle again. And then we get to go on some cool platforms. Cool beans. Don't you dare shoot me like that ever again. And we're actually not going to shoot that because it allows us to get a safety S-Tank. I think that's faster. Unfortunately, that does not stand for Super Tank like it does in Mega Man 5. It only heals our health. It's also the only one we're going to be getting. There is technically a hidden weapon tank in this game. But it's in the last stage and there's no reason for us to get it. Scooting gameplay. You can walk backwards while you're using the Milky Rain, by the way. It's kind of like Needleman's weapon, although it kind of goes in one full shot, so you have to be facing the same way the whole time. I forgot to strike a pose! Now we're just standing there like an idiot. Alright, we got the delay bomb. That is kind of like Heatman's weapon from Mega Man 2, although it also works like Pharaoh Man's weapon. So we're fighting Usagi now. Usagi is not a mouse. He is a freaking kangaroo. And in case you didn't know, Usagi means rabbit in Japanese, so... all around, makes total sense. There's a flying spider. Here's some more fish. D-bomb. We're finding some photorealistic squirrels. I just take all this stuff for granted now. Murdering various assortment. Yeah, basically, Amato. We're gonna ride some bat platforms. There's another flying spider. It looks like it's connected to a web, but we can see the trees. I have no idea where it's, like, connected to. Those spikes are very sad. Oh, I messed that up. Kangaroos are just buff mice. Well, I wasn't paying attention. Whoops. I like how all these people were having great runs before me. I'm just, like, staring at chat like, huh, is somebody saying something funny? Unbelievable. Alright. Here's some more flowers that I don't have to care about. So we've seen these flying spiders. Here's more flying fish. These ones are actually flying. There's no water. I can also show you a flying monkey. Look at him go. And better yet, a flying flower. Gorgeous. I'm actually going to use the S-Tank now to make sure I don't die to the boss, because I kind of took a lot of damage in that level. And now here's the coolest thing about the delay bomb. It only charges you for ammo when you release it, and if you ram it right into an enemy, they don't consider it as having been fired, so we can pretty much use infinite delay bomb on Isagi here. Wonderful. Only one more Nezumi to go. I can't believe the run is almost over already. We're just on absolute world record pace right now. We got Pichuvslink, so yeah, that guy throws mice. Pichuvslink works a lot like Snake Man's weapon from Mega Man 3. I'm just drawing all the comparisons to vanilla Mega Man so people will understand what the heck's going on. Except that it also go up walls, and it can also collect power-ups for you, kind of like Hornet Chaser, which I believe is the name of Hornet Man's weapon. Oh, whoops, that's not what I meant to do. Here's the stage's gimmick. We're not going to use it at all. Whoop, there we go. You want to see this ostrich jump? Beautiful. We did get a nice head of hair. This is an RNG dictated mini boss. We got pretty good pattern now. Oh, well, come on. There we go. 7 hits with the dragon cluster. You just need to get close to it and ram it right into its face. We're just gonna kill this ostrich. Kill more of these bomb dudes. I don't know what their chest says. Hilltop Zoner Riot. I wish I could show you. It's always so infuriating when I get a random item drop and I don't want it. So the way those things work is that they kind of counterweight you. You hop on them and then the ball goes and it shoots you up like those things in Sonic. But we don't have... There's like one we use in the entire run. I really hope I don't die here. I have a bad habit of that. No, we're good. The ostrich jump was great. He's a very talented ostrich. The only one of his kind. So for some reason, Butter Nezumi, who's a cow mouse, dies in 3 hits to Pichuvslink when we have like 40-something of them to use. The weaknesses in this game are pretty overpowered. Oh, I missed the 1 cycle. Well, it's still a 1 cycle, but it's not like the optimal 1 cycle. There it goes. Jump for the milk. Oh, I did it wrong. Excuse me. Alright, now we defeated all the 8 Nezumis, but I didn't call time. I wonder what's wrong with that. Oh, well, it turns out there's actually a Dr. Wily of this game. His name is Dr. Gyonaku. You can see him there. He's kind of a weird fish man, and instead of having a castle, he just has an apartment complex that we're going to go through. So we're going to... I believe he lives in the top floor there, yeah. So we're going to just make our way through every door to make sure that we... make sure that, you know, he's not in any of the other... Well, any of the other rooms. So I have this weird curse where every single time I start this level, I dunk myself right in the second pit. I don't know if this jump is especially hard or I'm just an idiot, but it always seems to happen. Damage boost to that enemy. We're never going to kill one of those. The, much like in most Mega Man games, your weapon energy doesn't refill between castle stages. So... Ooh, almost forgot about that guy. Oh, you fucker. Whoops, I'm sorry, I swore. That was bad of me. But, yeah, so the weapon energy is pretty tightly routed. We don't even have to do that room. It's funny to me that they include those rooms. Like, I have every weapon in the game. There's no reason for me to do that. I'm sorry, I swore. But yeah, the weapon energy is pretty tightly routed, so we're going to try to not do it. Use more of any one weapon than we need. This is our Bedipus. We want him to go back and forth twice there, which we got... Oh no, I died! I've never died to him. It's RNG dependent whether he goes back and forth twice or 3 times, or I think even 4 times. I don't want Nezumiman to cry, I'm sorry. No, we got 2 again, which seems to be the most common. He's super weak to the, what is that weapon called? The Wave Buster. It's the Wave something. A marathon first. Yeah, and I think he even has a different weakness, but the thing is, the fortress bosses don't have any invincibility frames. Yeah, see, Pyro thinks it's Ice Lance. The fortress bosses don't have any invincibility frames, so every frame that thing is inside of him, he just takes crazy damage. It's super useful. Wave rectangle. Making our way through the second fortress stage here. You see a lot of stage gimmicks coming back. We don't need that platform though, because again, we have no reason to do it. We just have the Ice Lance. You even need to use the Ice Lance here. I don't understand. I just don't get it. Whoops. And this stage is already over, in case you didn't know. That's technically a zip. That doesn't count. It doesn't count because we're not skipping large portions of the level. That's legal in Zipless, trust me. They're fish drugs, of course. This boss is a Japanese snack that I forget the name of. I think Denga? We want this green guy to pop up twice in a row so that we can kill him because he's the most annoying to hit. Come on, give me... Yeah, there we go. We use his weakness to kill him twice, and then for the rest of them... These guys also have weaknesses, but there's pretty much no reason to use them because it's equally faster to just do this. Oh no, I died! Just kidding, it's fine. The level ended, it's fine. It doesn't matter that I died. You can even, if you die like pretty early on after killing the boss, you can actually catch the game in the fade out for your respawn. This game is super great, you should play it. Alright, so we're in Fortress 3 now. We're going to use this weapon, actually. This is the one that I have the most humiliating deaths on most of the time, so hopefully we don't see any of those. That is true. Nezumi's weapon, the Milky Rain, I think it's called, works pretty well, but I'm just not as fond of that strat. This game is very valid, Nova. Oh, sometimes there's a weird bug where that enemy is just invulnerable to the Dragon Cluster. I don't know why it happens. Whoops, I just wasted a bunch of ammo. These fortress stages are so short, by the way. I'm not going to do the cool thing I usually do where you just jump out here immediately because it always gets him killed. I used to do that consistently and I just can't do it anymore and I don't want to risk it. Oh, I'm definitely not doing the bonus game. I mean, that could have been an incentive, but I suck at the bonus game. You unlock a special thing after you beat the game the first time. Man, that would have been a good incentive idea, though. That's the only time we ever used that ball and chain thing, by the way, or ball platform thing. We need some more Ice Lance ammo, so I'm going to do this. Yeah, I don't think this apartment is quite right. Thank you, Seraph. This is the good luck cat. He is kind of a run killer, because you need good luck. I'm going to show off a weird bug here. Oh, no, never mind. Just joking, I'm not showing off any weird bugs. Maybe later. I'm actually going to save a little bit of my Ice Lance ammo. I might die here, actually. That would suck. Well, now I've done and ruined it. Guys, this wasn't planned. There should be enough padding in the estimate to make sure that I don't have to, like, stop playing. But we shouldn't go overestimate. But if I do game over, that's going to suck. It's almost kind of easier to beat this guy with the regular buster, but not optimal. The weird bug I was going to show you is that you can actually stick an Ice Lance into those platforms, and when they retract, your Ice Lance will just be floating there. Every single time I try to show a cool trick in this run, I screw it up. Damn. Alright, so... this wouldn't be the worst part of the game for trying to shoot me. I'm sorry, Senna. Alright, so we're moving on to the final stage of the game, obviously. There's not going to be anything else after this. We're going to go kill Dr. Gonaku. Which means we have to do boss refights. And I am super low on, like, almost every type of ammo, so this is going to be great. We only... oh, actually, we do have enough to kill him twice. No, we don't. Apparently, if you only have 2 ammo left in your gun, it just doesn't go. So we have to actually fight this guy. What a nightmare. I'm not used to that. It's because I freaking died on the Orbitopus or whatever his name is. This is a real run. Y'all came to see Buster only, right? Oh, don't do me dirty like that. Come on. We're gonna have to do this guy, Buster only too. I'm super duper good at this game, I promise. So this is just gonna be the longest, least interesting fight yet. A bit of what? This is just such an intense fight, guys. He's really gutting me. There we go. Optimal. Who's up next? Oh, it's this nerd. Maybe we can do the optimal one cycle this time. No! He hit me! Oh, I actually did get him. You can get him right before he goes in the pipe, and it has a flower inside it this time. Hey, there we go. Hey, Usagi. What's up? Mario. That's not wrong. There we go. Mario. Here's Milky Nezumi again. No problem. Gonna tag him a few times with my cotton. Don't vape, kids. It's bad for you. It is a very beautiful flower. Delay Nezumi, everybody loves Delay Nezumi except for me. We can moonwalk some more. Get it all MJ up in here. And we're never actually going to see his attack. Oh, he did it right at the end there. The M on Mario's hat stands for Nezumiman. We're going to use the Butter Shield for the only time in this game right now, by the way. This weapon has a shield weapon. I didn't even tell you about it. It sucks. It's like Skull. It's like a Skull Barrier from Mega Man 4, but it takes like 1,000,000 ammo. There's no reason to use it. Usagi is adorable, yes. And then, of course, we have Wave Nezumi here. Last but certainly not least. Hey, actually, that was a pretty good fight. And because I don't have any Ice Lance ammo, I can't show off a fun thing here, but I am going to get crushed by Tetris Block. We're playing Dr. Mario, but I don't actually have to play, because again, I just have the homing weapon. It's fine. This game is extremely silly, and I love it very much. I think it was made for like a game jam, but I can't be certain on that. Wave Nezumi has great hair. Nezumiman is serious shit. Proto made me swear, that one wasn't mine. I promise. Idiot pills, man? Yeah, we killed Dr. Gonaku, but turns out he doesn't live in his room. He actually lives in the doghouse, so we're gonna have to go there. Probably my favorite reveal in this game. We're gonna grab some more ammo. I'm gonna tell you when it's time to get ready on time. Not quite yet, but this is the final boss. And it's gonna be on the last hit. Not of this health bar, though. I'll let you know. So this is a giant teddy bear thing, I guess. I don't really know what it is. Whoops, I almost got it. There we go. So we want him to do 2 lasers. He can do up to 6. He can do 2, 4, or 6. He usually does 6, which sucks because we want to play fast, and he doesn't like that. Get ready on time. That's time. We got him! We did it, everybody! And now he is just forced into the ground. It's some kind of weird spider monkey teddy bear thing. This is Undertale too, yes. Alright, thank you everybody so much for watching. I'm gonna let the credits play because they're pretty short. They are very adorable. And I want to say a few things. First of all, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for donating. The SRLP is a really important project. It's awesome. You should donate to it. 27:52. That's actually like not that behind my PB, which is kind of crazy. I know I got a better time in my practice runs than I did in time though, unfortunately. I'm gonna use this 2 minutes to talk. Thank you everybody. Thank you everybody so much. Yeah, this game's made by Tanaka. I really recommend you play it. If you thought it looked fun, please speedrun it. The speedrunning community for this game is like dead. Here's the endgame time. It doesn't matter. Like the most recent run was me earlier this year, and then everything else is 3 to 5 years old. That's alright, Blubble. Thank you for tuning in. We got perfect fashion, by the way. There's no way to continue from the screen, so that's gonna be pretty much it for me. I'm gonna be appearing later on in the marathon. I do want to say there's only one donation incentive that has not been met yet. That is the Fight Jelly Boy for 2, which I'm also going to be running tomorrow. If you want to see more of that game, I promise it's just as good as this game. Please, please donate for that. Yeah, but thank you everybody for watching. Please play this game and enjoy Mega Man 8, the canonical best Mega Man game. I got 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Perfect fashion, boys. All right, that's gonna be it for me. I'm just gonna wait for Fleck to cut me off now. Thanks, everybody. Please clap.